Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Game, and we are returning to Hearts of Iron 4 with Operation Barbarossa on the way. Now, it is November 1941, and we have not come anywhere near Moscow. We have, however, captured Leningrad, and we've encircled quite a large number of Soviet troops, so not all is bad. Let's see whether we can do a little bit more, though. So, the weather is starting to become much worse. I don't think we're going to push that much further, but I would like to achieve some breakthroughs in some points. Specifically here in the middle, the weather seems still to be fine, whereas up here in the north you can see there's snow, I think in some region even heavy snow. Yeah, heavy snow, blizzards. That's not somewhere where we want to fight. Except for this little bit down here, we do want to bop these guys, basically finish them off. And that's going to be alright. I think we would like to get a little bit closer to the frontier, specifically capture also this rail line and maybe get to these rivers here as a front line. So let's try to advance a little bit, and we're just going to try to use a couple of our forces here and have them do somewhat favorable attacks, which I think are going to be working out fine for us. That should be pretty much okay. Right, you guys can, I suppose, also attack over here. That's going to be alright. But the only real factor where I see us making any kind of encirclement is maybe a little bit up over here. I think we can encircle like 5 or 6 divisions down here. Maybe a little bit more if we strike a little bit further to the north. So let's actually try that. We're going to try to advance into this area here with these troops. And then you guys can actually try to attack. You know what, let's try to attack here, and we're going to try to attack with you and like half of these motorized troops, and the rest we're going to keep in reserve this time around. Now down here this is also looking kind of a little bit promising, but actually not that much. So let's pull back these blue troops here towards that situation there towards that location there in the north. You guys can actually move forward over here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our mountain troops here and going to try to come behind them like that, whereas these guys are attacking over there. And up over here, you guys are going to attack here, and then maybe we can do a small encirclement there, but it is only ever going to be a small encirclement. It's not going to be much more than that. Right, so with that being said, there are a couple of decisions that we need to take. One of them is, I noticed that our war support has been dropping a little bit here, so let's do some war propaganda against the Soviet Union, while we can still do that. It's only 50 political power, so I think it's going to be alright. Right, and then without further ado, let's hit it off here and see what battles we can fight effectively. Right, you know what? We do have a couple of motorized troops down here. Why don't you try to get up here too? I'm not sure you're going to be successful doing that, but it's still going to be alright. So yeah, this battle over here failing, but this one seems to be going a little bit better. So I like that idea. I would also like you guys to actually just try to advance behind them. Curiously enough, we are being counterattacked there. And how does it look up here? So I think the combat width here is actually fine, but still we're going to try to support this attack with you guys. And you know what? I would like you to attack down here, and I would like you guys here to potentially push up like that. It's only going to be a very small achievement here, if it's going to be an achievement at all, but still. Okay, yeah, we actually did manage to break through there. That is already kind of lovely. And you guys did already win over there, so that's good. Right, and this battle here is now starting to look much, much better. And I think this is actually going to be super nice and, compared to what we had, surprisingly easy fight, I have to say, this time around. So let's make sure that we are attacking these guys here, wherever we can. So to make sure that they're going to be bopped as soon as possible. You guys are still struggling a little bit up here in the north. You guys are fine though. And I think defending this kind of weather is also a splendid choice actually. So that being said, I'm going to immediately do something else here and try to attack these guys here, with the simple reason that I think we can overwhelm them pretty well. And just push forward a little bit. We don't need to be too aggressive here, but I would like, if possible at all, to get a little little bit of pushing that front forward. I think that'd be good. Yeah, but even Smolensk, everything's freezing over now, so that's kind of okay. Well, I think we're going to be alright over here, but let's make sure that we're actually supporting these attacks whenever we can. You guys are fine. There's surprisingly no one in this little spot over here, down south of Smolensk. Let's try to exploit that. Where's all of our troops? Is that all of you? Yeah, probably it is. Right. Got a lot of tanks and stuff down here. Okay, guys, can you move forward like that, maybe? And half of you actually try to move into that empty spot. And you know what? The tanks are going to do the same. If I can grab them at all. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be alright. And then these red troops down here. We're also going to bring them north to Smolensk. I don't think they're going to do anything over there. But who knows? Maybe. Decisions. War. How about import? Oh yeah, we do need some tungsten here. Portugal, can you deliver more? Rubber. Brazil, can you deliver more? Not sure why you're actually delivering that precise amount, but it's going to be alright. Good, okay, so fighting down here continues. And fighting up here obviously also continues, right? Yeah, you guys have actually been beaten back, so that's good. You guys actually doing that? Can you support that? Yeah, you can. If you can support, do it. Right, and you know what? If you can, I would like you to advance further. No such luck anywhere over here, and these guys are... I think that fight up there in the far north is going to be extremely difficult. Speaking of, we can probably shorten the front line here a little bit. Again, don't try to push in winter, but, you know, I think we're overwhelming them, so if we can get that measure of, like, local superiority, we are going to take it. Right, okay, Smolensk looks fine. Smolensk might actually be won over here. Lots of troops going, sort of going that way anyway. Okay, you did win down there, that's lovely. Can we also push up here? Do we even want to push up here, or do we want to set some troops to the north there, maybe, to Vitebsk? I think one of the most fought over cities in the war, actually. And maybe, just maybe, do a little bit of a funny thing here. Okay, let's try to get you forward. Small little bulge over here. You know what? We could try to get rid of that. How many troops are actually stationed here? I don't know how to say. Okay, you guys, support that attack. Notice, by the way, how bad our supply is. So we will need to do something about that. Okay, and I don't want to get tunnel vision, so everyone over here is fine. Support that attack if you can. Support this attack if you can. You guys are alright over here. Someone will be pushed up. Yeah, you guys are doing fine over here. It's nice to see that these guys there are moving. But, yeah. Let's see whether we can get any achievement done down here. I would very much love to be able to create a breakthrough or something like that down here. But right now that doesn't seem possible. We're actually losing this defense over here. Yeah, our troops are suffering from horrendous supply issues. So yeah, this is definitely going to be the last attack in this year. Well, at least the last medium to large scale offensive, I would say. Alright, come on. I know you can do it. I know you can. Come on, there you go. Right, speaking of you guys down here, yeah, you're pretty low on supplies and stuff. So let's come down here. You're going to support that from this side. That's going to be alright. Then, anywhere else? Yeah, well, we have this situation up here, but there's so many troops there now that I really don't see us breaking through there. So, yeah, let's instead then try to try to get on the rail line. Smolensk itself, the battle doesn't seem to be going anywhere. But maybe, just maybe, we can still achieve that breakthrough there. Right, we're seeing more and more troops down here now. And now, how about you guys actually support this attack? Or you know what, you can actually join in on that attack directly. Right, yeah, but we're still being attacked here and it's not looking good for us. These guys are surprisingly good in doing this. And again, they are Russians, it is winter, this is... What are we doing here? Why are we not... As always, if there is an actually empty part of the front, I want you to attack there. Game really sometimes isn't aggressive enough in that regard. Right, okay. Northern front looks somewhat stabilized now. There's a small attack here. We're also going to attack this part, but only afterwards with the troops from Luga. Everything else there seems fine. I mean, this spot does look... Some of their spots look empty, but it is going to be a meat grinder. They're going to feed in reinforcements. It is going to be more horrible than we'd think. So, my old and optimistic self here tells me that that probably is not going to be a working idea. Now that being said, we could try to get a better foothold on this side of the river and also capture the rail line. Especially also the airport here might be a fine target. So let's actually try to do that. That might be a good thing too for us to capture. Right, you guys are advancing into there, which is kind of nice and everything. You guys can actually shift your attack here. You guys can also go over here. I don't think Smolensk is going to work out, and kind of I'm not thinking that this battle down here is going to work out in our favor. But we are sending more troops here, so it is starting to look a little bit better. But even if we were to win, at this point, there's so few troops down there in this little pocket here that I really don't think this is going to be worthwhile. Yeah, but notice how our fast troops, our motorized troops have been beaten back. Speaking of, we are now defending over here, which is interesting, because we're gonna win that fight, I think. You guys successful over there. Speaking of you guys, let's try to advance just a tiny bit. You guys are advancing there anyway. You guys are doing fine down here. Ooh, Vlastov captured. I think we're gonna create a German unit in Minsk. I want to find out. I haven't seen that really in a while, so let's take a look at... Where's Minsk? Which troops have been... Minsk is in Belarus, right? Oh, it's these guys. So what are you guys doing? Cavalry recon, engineer, lots of infantry, lots of artillery actually. Combat with 20. A little bit awkward, I think too much at this point. MP38s, these are good units. These aren't bad units at all. Only question is where we're going to allocate them to. I think honestly the Gebirgsgruppe is probably going to be the best choice for that. And we can then pick like 3 normal troopers here. And send you guys to, well, somewhere else. Send it towards the motor group in here for a second. But yeah. Interesting. I did not know that was a thing. Right. Anything else then we can do to support this attack? I don't think so. It seems like we just don't have the combat power here to overwhelm them. Yeah, notice that they're doing so well. Air support, entrenchment, country. It looks like we should be able to win there, but we don't. Situation here in the north seems a little bit more promising. Let's try to capture a little bit more of these railheads. And I think we can capture Smolensk itself. It is just going to take a while. Could try to attack over there immediately. Oh, interesting, we are coming under counter-attack here. That's brave. Right, yeah, Smolensk. I think we are going to win there in the end. It is just going to take a while. Where was that little spot where we could send troops through? Ah, it is over here, but we're being attacked. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, but you're going to be able to outflank us here anyway. Okay, honestly, evidently this battle here is not going anywhere. So, you guys can stop the attack. You guys can stop the attack. But, at the very least, we are moving over here now. And that does potentially enable us to do a further attack on these guys. Which, in case, to me means that we should try again here. And we are going to take these troops, including the tanks, please, over here and then directly into there. Maybe we can yet do something over here. Yeah, we are immediately attacking them. We also immediately counterattack, but that's all fine. Yeah, we're going to win the counterattack. Some of our troops are withdrawing, but let's send some further troops forward. And once that these guys do come over here, they should also join in on that attack. And you know what? One of these guys is actually going to attack Sumy. Again, to lock the enemy a little bit there. Okay, Smolensk is finally starting to look a little bit better now that we have won that battle there. You guys, let's try to support the attack. You guys are going south, right? Maybe, just maybe, can you support the attack here for a moment? You guys are going to go down there, and we're actually going to delete that part of the front line here. And who's going to take over the... I think the Northern Army Group should link up with these guys. Honestly, the river is such a nice demarcation line. We're going to keep it like that. Right. Okay, and then you guys can come to the south here. And hopefully we're going to, again, just link up the railways. That's probably going to be useful for our supply situation and stuff. Right, but yeah. The rest here is becoming so messy that I don't think we're going to do a lot of big advances this year. Maybe if we can find tiny spaces where it does make some sense to advance. I think you can withdraw to over here, so that doesn't make a lot of sense to attack here. Then again, we've such significant, overwhelming superiority here that we might as well try at least. Okay, yeah, this is starting to look a little bit worse than it did before. And I've been hoping that these guys would support that. They don't seem to be capable of doing that. Okay, let's move forward the mountain troops. These are the guys that I'm the most hopeful about to actually finish with this attack. That being said, this is starting to look a little bit more weaker now. So, more weaker? More weakly? Right, so maybe we can actually win over here. And does look a little bit like we maybe can. Right. You guys are all now going down there, but that honestly seems a little bit futile. Yeah, you're technically winning there. But honestly, this doesn't get us anywhere. So, let's forget about that attack. It's only costing us trucks and stuff. And the only reason I really look there is... Okay, you know what? Guys, stop that attack. One of you can get down here. Stop it. Stop it. You can defend over there, that's fine. Stop it. You guys also trying to do that, are you? Yeah, no, don't. Okay, finally we are attacking there. That means you guys should be able to, hopefully at least, overwhelm them. Okay, that should hopefully be pretty fast. Right, yeah, we should try to Capture this thing here. I think that's the last rail line that we actually explicitly wanted here. Yeah, all of the rest looks fine. They have pulled back a couple of troops from this area here, I think. Who's attacking up there? Yeah, don't. Yeah, front looks pretty stable. Pretty good. No particular need to attack anywhere. But if chances do arise for overwhelming firepower against them, we are going to try to take them. Yeah, but the rest is just bobbing these guys, and that is going to be, there we go, come on. There we go. That's pretty much it, I think. Right, there's no further need for any attacks here. We are going to be completely opportunistic here, but only that, nothing more than that. Let's get over there. Let's take one of you over here. Let's take you down here. And then the last of you gentlemen is actually going to try to also occupy the rail line there. You guys can overwhelm him, I think. He's very low on organization. These guys are a little bit worrisome because they are exceeding or making our front line longer, which I dislike. Yeah, but everything else here, we could try to punch through here, but again, where would we really be going? I don't see that advance going anywhere useful. The one thing that I could see is that airport there might be helpful at least. And down here again, this is extending our front lines, and that is an attack that I want to do. Simply because this way we'll save on, I think, we'll save on at least one province that we need to cover. Of course, the same is then true for the Soviets, but it's kind of unavoidable. Right. Do we want to attack the airport? Airports are useful. By the way, I think very soon we're also going to start to take our aircraft off these front lines, because if we are not fighting here, then it doesn't really make that much sense for them to be flying over us if there are no fights. And B, it is going to save some fuel. And our fuel situation at this point is looking okay-ish, but we don't need to really push it, so yeah, let's try not to. Okay, that's fun over here, so we did cut them off a little bit. Let's try to actually cut them off completely. Ooh, and you know what? You can actually... Okay, that is... Wait a minute. That is a new situation down here. Let's try to exploit that if we can. Let's get these guys down here. And hope that everyone else here is going to cover the area that we've just conquered. Are you going to do that for me? I hope you will. Right, because you're going to win there. We're going to, I think, encircle these two guys down here. Come on, come on. You're being attacked there, but that's fine, I was about to say, because they don't have enough troops, but then suddenly they do. Right, okay. You guys fine over here, and that does mean that potentially we don't need to be quite as considerate about Sevastopol as the Germans were historically. Right, let's try to get this little part here covered. You should be able to win here quickly. You are. Kherson, please, too. Let's try to capture that little trooper there. Also, let's try to get to Dnipropetrovsk. Probably mispronounced that horribly, but again, if we can. If they do that without us needing to fight, then I'm going to be very happy about that. Guys, take care of that guy. Finish them off. And you guys do actually, I think, need a front line down here. Well, we'll see. Shall I get to Kerch too? Right, you're being attacked here and counterattacked actually. That's fine. I think we are soon going to see that these guys are gonna be lost. Any other place where they are offering us free land? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's take care of a couple of other things here. So, losing destroyers, that's fine. Losing convoys, that's not really even news. Convoys. More unassigned divisions. Who's that? Oh, we've got 2 more tank divisions. Well, that is lovely. We'll need to sort them out, but we'll see. Okay, so I think you're going to be assigned to... One of you is going to be each assigned to the 1st Panzer Corps and the 2nd Panzer Corps. That means these Panzer Corps are going to give up one of their motorized troops to that sort of motorized general guy here. And then you guys have 3 infantry divisions. You know what? I think the 7th Army is potentially still short on very experienced guys. Yeah, you are more experienced than they are. So let's grab a couple of you guys here and assign you towards the defensive group. It's just going to be the way it is. Right, you guys finish off there. Come around there. Any place here where we potentially can create another breakthrough? I don't think so. They're coming in 2 strong numbers down here. But still, I think some of these things were extremely successful already. Right, you're coming there. Let's get you down here. That's soon going to be Bob. But you guys do need a front line down here. Let's wait a second. There we go. Okay, guys, you're now assigned to this. Thank you. Lovely. You guys are now assigned to this. And this is supposed to go to Kerch, which in practice means that you guys are going to go over here. You guys are going to go there. One of you needs to get that done. And one of you at least needs to cut the airport. Good. Okay, counterattack here. Some battles raging around this area. And it does look a little bit to me like we can potentially have some fun down here. Now, speaking of that though, we need to be careful that our tanks here are not going to be cut off. So I think we're going to actually try to go to the south here and make sure that that is going to be re-established if it is broken. Yeah, that looks reasonable to me. Right, the big issue is up here though. Maybe we can get you towards Genetoprovsk. Like that though. You guys are fine over here. Maybe we can bring them over there. Just maybe. We need to be very careful here with our tanks. Ouch. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good at all. I think we might actually lose tanks here. Let's try to attack them, because I think that has the best chance of removing organization from these troops. But I'm afraid that we are going to be... It doesn't even matter whether we're going to attack win down here. Just the way that this is going to work out. Ooh, this is bad. I was greedy. I dug deeply and greedily. Also, my front lines seem to be a mess in some of these places. Okay, that line down there, up there, will hold. You guys are surprisingly low on supplies, even though we are not doing any offensive here. These troops over here, though, seem to be incredibly weak. Let's try to exploit that. Yeah, everything else here looking more or less as we would expect it to be. This looks a little bit tempting. I think there's probably a railhead up there, so a supply depot. Might be useful to try to grab that. Probably not though. Yeah, and we are still messing with the problems that I created for ourselves down here. Yeah, you guys are withdrawing. You're going to come under attack here, and you're going to be a goner. There we go. That's a tank division gone. I think that's the first serious encirclement that the Russians did on us, rather than the other way around. And it is a shame. It is an absolute shame. And now we finally have the... it's just a little bit too late. Just a little bit too late, my friends. Right, guys, can you... you know what, all of you... you guys are all assigned to this. You guys all need to prepare an attack on Sevastopol. You guys are going to get over there. And then hopefully defend against this guy. Fine. Yeah, but let's see whether we can at least avenge ourselves a little bit over here. And by avenging, what I would specifically like to do is get rid of this tank down here. And that airport, potentially. Right, do we need to attack here? Well, let's try to anyway. It would give us another railhead and such. It's a very limited offensive, but these guys are mountain troops, so they should be having some winter experience and so on. And it would be kind of nice to be a little bit more active here in the south. Okay, you are attacking there, but it's a fine attack, I think. Aw, demon. Ace pilot promoted though, so you know, you give, you lose. We can invite Bulgaria to our faction. Why not? Welcome to the team. That's fine. And we have a non-aggression pact from Japanese Micronesia and Legionary Bulgaria. You actually do want to join yourselves. So Micronesia, that means, yeah, they have established something over here. Philippines are still the original Philippines. They are. Japan is losing. I think that is what is happening down there. Oh, surprisingly, some battle over here. We might need to re-establish some troops there. By the way, I think we do have our first light cruisers. The first batch of them should be done. Yeah, 3 of them. First 3 light cruisers are done. Once we have another group of these, I think we are going to be trying to send them out a little bit and pester the enemy lines there. At least somewhat. Who's attacking? The Romanians are. Well, thank you. I didn't want you to attack, actually. This is stalling down here, isn't it? Yeah, this attack down here, I don't think goes anywhere. But potentially this one at least is going to succeed. That is something. Ooh, what's happening? Yeah, you're joining wars, that's fine. Yeah, and honestly, these attacks are going to stop. Stop it, stop it. Genetopovsk, you can still do that. And actually one of you should potentially try to attack over here. And all of you can stop this, but then all of you are going to attack again. And all of you are going to attack again. And this way, we can actually potentially win this fight over this city. And if we do have all of these things, I'm going to be happy. That does give us a good foothold on the other side of the river with the rail line. I think this rail line doesn't pass through there, so that's going to be fine. We're still going to attack over here because that is going to give us some smaller frontage, which is going to be fine. Good. You guys did fine over here. Let's try to... oh, there are 2 troops now in Sevastopol. You can stay up there. Yeah, but notice that we actually have rail supply here, short bombardment, or they might. I don't know. They might be using that. Right, come on, just win, just win. I know you want to. Come on. We no longer get the effects. Ah, there we go. But come on, come on. Yeah, so our supply, our modifiers here are starting to lose a little bit track. But if we can just kick this guy out, I'm going to be fairly confident. We have so many troops here that could be reinforcing, but that evidently aren't. Slightly annoyed by that. Yeah, but this is starting to look a little bit micro-ish, so I don't want to do that too much. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to accelerate time here in the short term. We're going to continue to keep track of the front line, but all in all, I think we're going to pull back a lot of our troops and then see what else we can do. Let's have a look at whether there are any meaningful decisions that we can take. Doesn't look like it. War propaganda actually needs to continue. How's the air war? Do they bomb us anywhere? Seems like they are. Active enemy bombers. The Americans, I think. How does that look? So we lost 3 fighters. They lost a lot of fighters and they lost a lot of bombers. But they are bringing down our war support. How are the Italians doing? Pretty much stalemate down there, I think. While Natal's still under their control. Yeah, no big surprises anywhere else, really. Resistance to occupation. We do have a lot of manpower at this point, actually. So that's at least encouraging. How's our construction looking? Yeah, we're still building some rail lines. And we need to, because some of these areas are really, really underdeveloped. But some of them are not looking too bad, and I specifically like that we are now sourcing some of our supply here going south from Berlin, as you can see. So this connection here really, really helped us out. How's the air war looking against the Soviets? Oh, someone's bombing the Baltic states? Well, that's interesting. How many fighters do they have over here? 2,400. That is quite a number. I also noticed that you guys are losing experience here. Could send someone over the Baltics. Don't have that many fighters though. How are we looking in terms of logistics? We're actually short on fighters at this point. Naval bombers are fine though. Scout planes also a little bit short. Let's shift that a little bit. Yeah, fighters are a little bit more important here. Still, the big rubber shortage continues to haunt us. We are researching advanced rubber processing, but that's going to be another 7 days. Construction is going to be coming better. That's nice, and at some point we're going to get better light tanks. But yeah, that being said, slow progress here. Last thing that we're going to look at is casualties. 3 million now on the Soviet side, 2.8 of these to us. We lost 9.8, so yeah, we lost actually quite a number of casualties here in this episode. I think we must have lost 200,000 men, and they probably lost a similar amount. So actually, even though some of these were little encirclements, not that good for us. We need to be careful here. Let's lastly look at where they stand on intelligence. We should actually try to get a couple of guys here to continue building up some intel networks. Let's say in Rostov. Right, so how are you looking army-wise? You've got 1.7 men fielded, 200 divisions. We did kill so many and took so many captured, but if we do look at their stockpiles, I have very little hope that that's actually going to become better at any point. So you can see they've still got over 3,000 artillery pieces and like 100,000 or more infantry equipment. That is not going to work out in our favor at all. So we cannot attrition them down, and they've got millions of men in reserve, so in the pool. They can still outfit a large number of troops. We are not in the clear by any means. But it is fun. It is fun to see this struggle here, actually. So I like to see that. Let's see whether we might actually be pushed back. So, that being said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Do leave a like, and I see you around next time.